Hello there, and welcome to my stream. My name is Mark Takeshi Ota, and I am the voice of Ryunosuke Naruhodo in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Always when I speak, sometimes my brain skips a beat and then I forget things, and I sometimes say the wrong things, and I want to avoid that. Hold on, what happened here? Why is my phone a little bit crooked? Now that's better. Everything has to be straight. Everything has to be straight. What's going on, everyone? And hello and welcome, and also Ryunosuke and Kazuma saying hi, as they tend to do, because they want to join in the fun. They're lonely otherwise. They just sit on the shelf and they're like, yo, we have no arms and legs. What are we gonna do? You know, like we're just sitting here, hanging out, doing nothing all day. You know, unlike all of us, we all move around and do things. You know, we have to go and eat and go to the toilet, and I don't know why I start talking about that now, but oh, a Poggy Pocket! Hello! Wait, we got a hype train incoming already! And I just realized my dings are not dinging again. Why are my dings not dinging? Are y'all dings dinging? Whoa! And the screen is full of... I don't know, where's my fan? Oh, my fan's up here. You gotta be able to do this. Why is my... Oh, wait. Oh, no, I remembered. I have to change a setting, don't I? I have to change a setting in the advanced audio properties to make sure that I monitor and output. Yes, I'm an expert now at OBS. I know all the little tricks. So, yes. How y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on in the world? With y'all. Not the world as a wider world, because that's too depressing. And I don't want to be thinking about that, which is why we're here. Because we don't want to be thinking about all that terrible stuff that's happening out there. How's it going? And thanks so much for the gift subs, Poggy Pocket. I appreciate you as always. You are a star of the channel. I really appreciate you. And what's going on, everyone? You went to a convention for the first time for the last couple of days and listens to. That's amazing. I hope it was really good. Met lots of voice actors. Ooh, who's your fave? And who else we got? Oh gosh, the chat's coming so quickly, I can't even read anything. You're off today, so you get to stay for the whole stream, Ubekhead Gaming. That's amazing. Reborn P27, life is going. Well, that's good. It's good. As long as we're alive. That's what we got to keep going, right? And, you know, until we're not. But hopefully that's far into the future. Far into the future for all of us. NEJ Live, doing all right. This week's been pretty slow. Going on a trip tomorrow. That sounds fun. Very exciting. And Nifty in the chat as well. You are all right. Recovering from your injection. Oh, I hope it wasn't a painful injection. Johnny Young Bosch. He was Johnny Young Bosch. What does he act in? I don't know. Lives well. You met your hero a week ago. Hence why I wasn't here. Funky Lemon, who's your hero? I want to know who your hero is. You brunch with your wife today, Mika Knox, and you ate so much that you're still full. That sounds like a great Sunday. That sounds excellent. That sounds exactly... I actually had yesterday also, I got a, Detroit pizza. Detroit pizza in London. So I wasn't in Detroit. But it's kind of like one of my guilty pleasures. I don't know, guilty. It's not guilty, but Detroit pizza is just really, really good, you know. In London, yes, Detroit pizza, indeed. And Crystal is in here. Are you in here, Crystal? Are you lurking? Is that what's happening? Maybe not. But sometimes, Crystal, we've interacted a little bit. Crystal, shout out to Crystal. I don't actually know how you do it, Crystal. How long do you have to say it to have all the A's? To pronounce all the A's. It's like he's done lots of anime. Voiced Nero in, I don't know the game, but Nero. Nero sounds good. Detroit style pizza is, if you've never had it, then have some destroy some Detroit style pizza, because it's delicious. It's really good. A voice actor named Brandon McInnes, been your hero for years, is from one of your favorite animes. MHA, what does it stand for? I don't know. I don't know if it's that long. It's only like 2 R's, 2 A's, and 2 H's. But that feels long. Crystal. Because like, oh, My Hero Academia. Very good, very good. I haven't actually seen it yet, but my housemate really likes it. So I shall check it out at some point. Devil May Cry. That's awesome. All right. We are here. Somebody also said last time I should like reflect, or not should, but suggested if I can give my reflections on the first game. And I haven't really thought about it that much, so I'm just doing that now because that's how pro I am. I just come up with things on the spot. It was, I mean, like I've never really played this kind of what is it called, like visual novel kind of game. It wasn't the type of video game that I played. But I was really actually like impressed by how much it moved me. Just like I don't know if that's a silly thing to say, but like you get really taken in with the story and the characters. I mean, I guess it's almost a bit like reading a manga or something, but you're interacting with it a little bit. It's just kind of a really, for me, a really unusual game because it's just not the kind of game that I played before. Because it's like, yeah, like visual novel, I guess, is almost like a very good description, right? Because you're still participating in it. You still have some thinking to do, and kind of like it makes you feel more immersed in the story. But I obviously, I mean, I hope you can tell, but I really enjoyed it. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be playing it and still, interacting with it and with you all. And it's, I remember initially it felt like kind of like pressure when I'm kind of not figuring it out, and that still sometimes exists. But it's kind of funny when like I do that with you guys together, and then you just see me struggle and all that. But I really loved it, and it's even though obviously like I didn't get to voice that much in it, so that's why like also I didn't know that much of the story. But yeah, I really loved playing it and getting into the characters. So I love to see where the story goes in the second game, but yeah, it's been really fun. I really enjoy it, and I wanted to do I like my favorite characters. Obviously Do is really fun, and like I'm very curious to see where Baroque goes. He's obviously a fan favorite, and so far he's been a little bit of a prick to us, even though at the end of it he's kind of shown a little bit that he actually is into finding the truth and not just being a dick and a racist. So like, but he definitely has some questionable attributes, like in some ways. Although actually, like, there's so many people there. Like Gregson also, like the way that he basically was willing for Gina to take the fall in that last case, and like that. Frankly, that is just, he should be in prison for that shit, right? Like, unless I misunderstood what was going on, that's just. It's okay, Mark. You're not the biggest Baroque fan. Moondrop. Okay. Gregson is a character. That's right. Because I know what I do like in a way that things are not black and white, right? Like even in real life, right? Like you don't. Unfortunately, it's not as easy to just always say you just have the good guys and the bad guys. Things are usually more gray. So I think it's great that in this game that's also the case, and it would be simple to just say, all right, he got the good guys and he got the bad guys, and that's what makes a compelling story, I suppose, also, because you're conflicted about people, Sometimes you're like, oh, this one's really pretty, but they're such a prick. Which is just like in real life, we get drawn in by the pretty, even if they're pricks, like happens all the time, right? Not that pretty people are exclusively pricks, just no offense to any pretty people out there, which is probably all of you, just to be clear. But yeah, we don't need that. We don't need to be I'm not a prick. That's right. AIM listens to. I'd like to think so. I don't know if you're implying that I'm pretty. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. This one's pretty. Look at these two. These two are pretty. No offense to pretty people. It's a wild thing to say. I don't know. I just like to be all inclusive. You know. I don't want any to be like, well, I'm pretty and I'm not a prick or something. You know. So I'm actually very nice, you know, and I have a lot of very pretty friends. I mean, like, actually, like all my friends are obviously pretty, but okay. I hope I'm just gonna move on because otherwise I'm gonna get myself all tongue-tied or something like that, and be like, oh, we're not gonna rank people based on. All right. Time to move on. Time to go to gameplay. Taking bets. How many times will Kazutsun fall off this stream? Ooh, that's a good... I still don't understand why... Like, it doesn't matter to have Poggy Pockets ding-dings, like, come up twice, but I'm still confused by why that happens. But now that it's here, we can kind of... We can get rid of the emotes? Emojis? Emotes. And go like... Whoo, whoo, whoo. Oh, chill. Chill. Although having said that, it's getting kind of cold here again, which is really upsetting. The spring was kind of starting and then was over before it started. If I click on continue here, is it just gonna go to my... Yes, TGAA 2. I probably asked the same last time, didn't I? I don't know if it's age. I just keep forgetting things. Maybe I always used to be like that. But the problem is when you forget things, you don't know if it used to be always like that, right? That's the problem with forgetting. So, which reminds me, my first audiobook is actually out. Maybe it's called 100 Flowers, and it is available on wait, how do I? On Audible. I don't get any commissions or something. So, wait, can I post a link? I can't post a link. Why can't I post a link? This is my stream. Why can't I post a link? Do I have to go to some settings? It's called 100 Flowers. So maybe if how do I cannot post I cannot copy and paste. Why can't I copy and paste? Is it because of OBS? Is OBS just stupid? Wait, do I have to go to like my Twitch or something? That is very confusing. If I went here, can I? Yes, here. Okay, now I have to turn this off. Yeah, on Twitch it works. This is such a long link, isn't it? Anyway, I don't get any commission or something, but if y'all want to listen to me read about a really moving story of basically a guy whose mum is slowly she has Alzheimer's and she's slowly losing her memory, so it's quite sad. It's quite a sad story, and it's also there's a bit of it that's voiced by an actress called Susan Momoko Hingley, who I've actually worked with multiple times over the last few years. Essentially, actually, since 2022, we worked on at least one project every year, I think. So we worked on My Neighbor Totoro together, a stage production, and we did another play together. Was it 23, 24, 25? 23, we worked on Totoro. And then we worked on another... Oh, no, actually, 22, we worked on Garden of Words, which... No. I'm mixing things up now. 22, Garden of Words, was a play at a park theater. Then 23, Totoro. And 24, we were in another play in Charing Cross Theatre in London. And now this year we did an audiobook together, and she plays the younger version of my mum, essentially. Or she voices my mum, but in her younger days. So I was in My Neighbor Totoro, the stage production, that's correct. Yes, I was in it twice. And it's now actually transferring to the West End, but I'm not part of that production, which I'm perfectly fine with. It was good to do it twice. And then at some point it's time for other people to take over. So yes, it was lovely. Anyway, Totoro. Yes, my neighbor Totoro. That's right. Yeah, I puppeteered the big guy himself as well. I mean, it basically, the cat buzz and Totoro, a lot of it is puppeteered by literally like a dozen people at a time because the puppets are very big. So it's not Mark Takeshi Ota. Very good, LC. Very good. Yeah, and I also understudied Kanta's dad for a little bit. Yes, because I'm dad age now. I'm not Kanta age anymore. That's just how things go. Alexa, how do I ban? Oh dear, it's fine. Puns are encouraged on this channel. I don't know if I will learn to regret this, but pun away, everyone. Pun away. Just be as punny as you want. That's what I would say. Kitchen is awake just in time. Oh yeah, for this stupid guy called Menimemo. Menimemo-san. You have so much potential, LC. Very good. Very good. Yes, our dear, I don't know if this has come up in the chat already, but our dear Kitchen has apparently not slept last night. I don't know if this is TMI or if I'm not supposed to reveal that, but I'm gonna call you out for it anyway. Kitchen is so cool that he like just kind of parties all night, innit? But if you want to go sleep, Kitchen, you can go sleep. It's all good. It's all good. What portion of Totoro did I play? Last time I was in a play, you were an elephant's trunk. A mix of sometimes his head, sometimes I helped with his head. I basically helped May onto him. Then I made him jump many times as well at the bus stop. Lots of different areas or something, depends. And I was the cat bus head as well on the last time I did it. So I did the cat bus's head. That's what I was. Anyway, back to this one. Great Ace Attorney. We can talk about Totoro. I still need to schedule a just chatting chat or something. Then we can talk about all these other things as well. I should do that. I should plan that. I should be good at planning. I'm an adult. I can do things. Anyway, Menimemo-san. I understand. Where were we actually? What exactly was happening? I'm very good at recapping. So we had poison. We found poison. Wait. Last time there was a thing. We didn't find poison on the blade. So, right? Isn't that what happened? I think. I'm talking about the poison, of course. The poison. Let's ask the professor for a comment on the situation. Because I think that's what happened last time, right? She was stabbed, but then there was no poison on the blade. So essentially, we don't know how the poison got into her, essentially, right? And that is what we need to find out. If he says Menimemo is in one more time, NEJ Live. Yes, Totoro stage production in London. That's right. It is a thing. It is a real thing. But we just revealed that Menimemo did indeed stab Red. Oh, yes, because the stabbing was from behind the hut into the area where the stool was. But we haven't proven it yet, right? Because she was also... He says it doesn't matter who stabbed her because she was also poisoned. What a silly man. Anyway, let's go. What did Menimemo-san? He was like, I forgot what he sounded like. What voice did I give him? I understand that a deadly poison you were developing was stolen from your laboratory, correct? That's what he was, wasn't it? And it's been shown. Oh yeah, he was like Gaston, wasn't he? Gaston. And it's been shown that this poison was administered to the victim, Miss Brett. Is that right? Yes, you're right, NEJ Live. Like Gaston. Yeah, look at my biceps. Oh my god, I'm so strong. That is correct. Mikotoba agrees. The unusual construction of the victim's pupils are a sure sign that this particular poison was used. I see. So, presumably that means that the victim already had the poison in her body before she was stabbed? Given that her pupils were clearly constricted, it seems highly likely, yes. If she had been dead already, the poison could not have circulated in her blood. The poison could not, okay. But like, stabbing a corpse is still illegal if you thought, like, I mean, if you thought the person was alive and you stabbed them, like, then is that still attempted murder? Like, you still attempted the murder, but they were already dead, right? Still seems criminal to me. I think. Stabbing in general is a crime. Well, I mean, you can stab a pillow, that's fine, right? How refreshing to hear the argument of a metropolitan mind. Wow. This guy is so, how do you call that? Like, urbanist or something? No, wait, if you're racist, then you are against someone from a different race. So if you are against someone that's not from a city, but you're, like, against rural people, classist. That's like, it could be just classist. Or areaist. It is classist. Yes, you are all right. It's classist. But maybe you're also against rich people from the countryside, and then you're like sort of ruralist or something like that, or just a douchebag. Areaist. I'm gonna call him areaist. Precisely. It matters not a jot who stabbed whom, in whose back, and with whose blade. What? What kind of privilege is this? That's insane. Oh my god! I'm sorry, did this completely peak? I need to adjust my microphone. I always forget which one is mic and why is this so peaking. Mike cannot keep up with this befuddlement. Peaking. There we go. Even when I talk really loudly, it's not gonna go into the. There we go. That's what we need. That is what we need. Anyway, crazy person, ouchie.
Because quite simply, the English woman's life was taken not by the knife, but by the poison.
Objection!
I should scream at full volume to test it. No, LC, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. That is crazy. But that can be explained by the poison being on the blade, as I already...
Objection! Forgotten already, have we, yokel? During these very proceedings, the laboratory of the professor at your side assisted in proving that the blade of the weapon used to attack the victim had no trace of poison on it whatsoever.
So, let me get this down. The facts, as skillfully established by the defense in this trial, turn out to be a headline-making red herring. Is that about right?
You're so silly. Order. But where does this leave us? How, in that case, did the poison enter the victim's body?
There is an undeniably obvious answer to that. The lady most likely imbibed it.
You mean she drank it?
Have another look at the photograph here. As you can see, bottle of carbonated water and a glass had been knocked onto the sandy floor of the beach hut. The poison could have been slipped into either.
So somebody made Miss Brett drink it.
Well, what do you know? Look at those dashing eyes. This will make a great front page shot. Hey, why the bewitching stare? Huh? After all, I'm the last person you should be looking at. Even though I'm really pretty. It would make no sense at all that I poisoned the woman, would it? I mean, that's been established already.
Hold it!
Established? What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. That's a little hard to believe, given that the person who established it was you.
Me? What on earth does he mean?
Oh, let me capture those wide eyes. This is prime press fodder, this is.
I think Menimemo has a little crush on our little Susato, doesn't he?
It would seem that this trial is not destined to end yet, after all. I hereby call upon the witness to give further testimony.
That's great, that is. Let me get a shot of that magnificent beard, Your Excellency.
Well, he just wants to take pictures of everyone, I guess.
You claim it to be impossible that you were the one responsible for administering the poison to the victim. You will explain to the court in your testimony the basis upon which you make such a claim.
I'm a journo, and I'm a man. I've never tried to run or hide from anything in my life.
Men do that all the time, so I don't know what the argument is.
And I'm not about to start now, because that's Menimemoism.
For a brief moment, I thought I'd eliminated the truth, but it slipped right back into obscurity again. Just where's this trial going to take us? Just where?
Oh, where? Witness testimony. Complete innocence. Oh yes, I stabbed the Englishwoman.
And it's that very fact that proves I'm innocent. I still don't understand this, like, yes, maybe you didn't cause the death, but it still feels very illegal to stab someone in the back, even if they're already dead. I feel very strongly about that.
Because why would I have bothered to stab the woman if I'd already poisoned her? When I heard the student girl and that pompous English murderer arguing, it got my goat. If the courts weren't going to punish Brett for what she did, someone else would have to see justice done.
Okay. So, you admit it then? Right? He's crazy, right? It's like, yeah, Bacon Mutt, I stabbed her. That proves I'm innocent. Very true, very true. That's exactly how it works, right? That's how it works. What's up, Twi Fairy? Welcome to the chat. You haven't been able to make it in a while. Oh, don't worry about it. Always happy to have you here. That everything happened as I described.
That you are the one who stabbed...
Oh, wait. What's this? Wait. Oh, no. Oh, God. Sometimes, like, the camera pans to a person and then I think it's them talking. So, it might be Susato that briefly had a very...
That you are the one who stabbed Miss Brett in the back.
No, that's not right. That you are the one who stabbed Miss Brett in the back through the read screen.
You can blame this miserable country of ours.
What? You just gonna blame everyone but yourself?
A country that bows to the pressure of foreign powers and lets murderers walk free. What kind of future can a country like that have? That's why I did it. I did what our pathetic leaders didn't have the guts to do. Slap bang in the middle of that charming lady's back, I plunged the blade of sweet justice right in there.
Okay. Yeah, so Dad's clearly attempted murder. Like, I didn't like Jim Jams slash, Gisela bread, but like, I wouldn't murder her because that's illegal, right? Oh, Jagga Womega, what's going on? Welcome to the party, pal. Slap bang in the middle of the okay, we just read that already. What do you think, Jagga Omega? Do you think this is still attempted murder? Stabbing someone in the back who's already dead? Let us know what you think. Oh, if you're watching on YouTube, let us know what you think in the comments. Huh? Is this murder? By the way, I'm very behind with uploading the VODs onto YouTube. I shall do it soon. I shall do everything as it comes up. As someone who spends his life seeing that the truth is told, I feel really, really awful about giving false information in my testimony before. But as it turns out, there was somebody else who had it in for the victim and got to her before me. So sexy Natsume is too pure for this world. That's right. You guessed it. That pretty little student girl. Now there's a woman after my own heart. She's a child, isn't she? I think she's a child, right? You are... Not only are you an attempted murderer, you are also very inappropriate. You implicating Ray again. She's 16. Yeah, dude. That's not cool. Keep a chill pill, man. How old is this dude? For record.
8. Yeah, gross, dude. Gross. 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 Yeah, that is nasty. I mean, he does look 20, and we like, it's still not cool if you're 20. No, like 8, like it's gotta be 18 plus, all right? But it's 38, man. That is just no. That is just absolute no. No. She's the one who gave the poison to the English woman and ended her pitiful existence. And suddenly, snap, this journo here is off the hook. The argument is sound, certainly.
Oh, everyone's getting an American accent now.
If the witness had administered the poison himself, he need only have waited for it to take effect. Subsequently stabbing the victim in the back would have been entirely nonsensical.
And therefore, this reporter had nothing to do with the poisoning. Yes, it's all quite logical.
Are you not going to prosecute him for attempted murder, though, Ouchie? Jeez. That's right. It is. Logical and true. I'm glad you've all seen the light. Justice at last. This is unbelievable. And after I'd made so much progress in proving his guilt, is he going to get away with it now? No, he's not. We're going to get him. He's going to go to prison, one way or another. Think of Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-sama. They never stopped looking for a way forward until the judge's final gavel.
Very well then, counsel. Proceed with what I assume to be your final cross-examination in this trial.
Yes, Your Excellency. All right, cross-examination time. Please take me back to England. I took Barack for granted. Yeah, you know what? Like, I'll take Barack over Ouchie any day. Ouchie is such a Weasley, disgusting. Yeah, no, he's a C word. Just whatever.
Oh, yes, I stabbed the Englishwoman, and it's that very fact that proves I'm innocent.
Hold it!
That is crazy. That is crazy. So, you do admit that you had murderous intentions towards Miss Brett?
Ha! The woman's very existence offended my sense of justice.
Your sense of exclaiming some sort of righteous indignation?
She was pure evil, a cold-blooded killer who committed murder right here on our empire's soil. But did our good-for-nothing government do anything? Not a chance. So I had to step in. Fly the flag of justice. Put things right for the people. Yes, it was my civic duty.
Duty. That's what drove me to it. So, in summary, murderous intentions then.
Whatever you want to call it. The point is this. That Englishwoman was a blight, so I had to do what was right. Or society. Yeah.
Yet the real wrong was done by the student girl in the dock, a crime for which she must pay.
Obviously, because the poisoning was nothing to do with me at all. I'm not smart enough to do something like that. Because why would I have bothered to stab the woman if I'd already poisoned her?
I have a reason. Maybe he came up with this ruse all along.
Possible. Possible.
Hold it!
Like, with it being a sort of alibi of in some way. Although I don't know if he's clever enough to do that. So you still maintain that you didn't give the poison to the victim?
Obviously, that'd be like putting a belt on your trousers when you were already wearing braces like these.
Well, in German there's a saying called doppelt gemoppelt hält besser, which literally translates as... I don't know how you translate that. It just means like double... Maybe there's an English version of this, but doubling up is better. It lasts better, or something like that. So, there you go. Wisdom. The accused speaking of wisdom, no, it's not two wrongs don't make a right. It's like doing something, like doubling up on something means it'll be stronger. So like wearing a belt and braces means your trousers definitely won't fall down, right? Whereas if you just have braces, one of them might break and then you know, boom, you're naked. So, but speaking of wisdom, I have changed our channel balloon point rewards. I've increased the price for Arnold accent and Arnold attack, and I've added, because I thought, like, you know, sometimes it's basically like expensive wine, right? The only reason it's special is because it's expensive. Nobody actually cares about the taste. You know, I actually also don't care about expensive wine. But like it's if you so you gotta give it some rarity, you know. So people really are like, oh yeah, you gotta save up for something. And then there's also Wukong life advice. So if you want to spend 10,000 balloon points, you can ask me a question, and Wukong will give very bad, obviously good, but probably bad life advice to you. But anything you want. I'm curious to see what things you want life advice on, you know, like from Wukong. Anyway, balloon inflation is correct. Reborn P27. I like that. That is excellent. That is so good. I need to have sound effects so that I need to add sound effects like that goes like a drum or something. But something. That was good. I like that. I like that very much. Yes, you get a medal, Reborn P27. You get a medal in the shape of a tiny little drum. A sad drum. Very good. Anyway, back to Ouchie.
The accused administered the poison, following which this witness stabbed the victim. An unforgivable act, certainly, but not one of murder. That crime rests on the accused's shoulders.
Okay. unforgivable and, frankly, probably illegal? No? Ouchie? Maybe?
That is how the law works. You see, Yoko, who knows? You may even learn something here today.
Wait, that wasn't even on purpose? Oh my god, Reborn P27. You just said balloon inflation is crazy and you didn't, it didn't clock in your brain. This is the best thing. This is doubly good. It's like, yes, natural genius, Akame Floss. That See, that's exactly like the innuendos I do. That happen completely by accident, and but they're still always very good, and they're never intentional, right? We had a discussion there in our mod group. It just happens. It just happens, completely by accident. I am so innocent, always innocent. Once you've played enough Ace Attorney, the puns just come naturally. Oh yeah, I also have a little like wound on my forehead for some reason. I don't know how it happened. We all have very good grains in here. That's right. I'm a bit quiet. Oh, did I? Maybe I turned down my thingy because I was trying to. I have to change something with my filters. Maybe I have to change the limiter or something, or I don't know, so that I can. I want it to be that if I scream, it turns me down, and if I talk quietly, it turns me up. That would be ideal. I need to figure that out. I need to figure it all out, but I shall one day.
2 consecutive attempts on her life in the space of minutes. Quite a day for the victim.
Deafen us.
Maybe I'll sing some death metal or something.
Deafen us! Brr.
No.
Do something that evil, and you've got it coming. That's how the law works. The law of reckoning.
You love my little plushies. I love them too. They were given to me by shout out to Atelier Khan, who also streams. Eddie Mendoza. They visited me at the con I was in LA and gave me these little plushies. So I'm very, very grateful for I don't know how to pronounce it. Atelier Khan. Something like that. Yeah, they're really amazing. Anyway, and also a voice actor themselves. That's not the kind of law this court upholds.
You will reiterate why you were compelled to stab the victim, then, witness.
When I heard the student girl and that pompous English murderer arguing, it got my goat.
I don't even know what that means.
Got my goat.
What exactly were they arguing about?
About what happened in that restaurant 9 months ago, that's what. The student girl was laying into the English woman for killing her beloved mentor, Dr. Wilson. Yes.
John H. Wilson, a professor of medicine, invited here from England by Professor Mikotoba, no less.
Right, but the English woman just jeered.
The case was to be heard by the British Consular Court in Shanghai. However, there is little doubt that she would simply have been acquitted and sent back to her homeland, a free woman.
It was eating that student girl up inside. You could see it. And I really felt for her.
Oh. Who's interrupting? Oh. I can't stand here and listen to this tripe. Ray.
Young girl, you stand accused here. You can't just blurt out whenever you feel like it.
No, you can't. Sorry, but I'm in the middle of some very important testimony here. Just keep quiet and listen.
But this awful man is making all of this up. Susato, please. You have to make them listen. Oh, she called her Susato. She's gonna get outed.
Return to the dock at once, Membami-san. We are in the middle of a cross-examination.
She called us Susato and nobody noticed. Susato, please. Whoopsie. Your Excellency, please, I implore you. That journalist is clearly not a trustworthy witness. Exactly. He's a filthy, rotten, black-hearted, bigoted, dirty, great, peeping Tom. That is what he is. I mean, that's all very true.
Whoa, take it easy there.
Please, I really think the court should hear what the defendant has to say.
Your Excellency, I see no need whatsoever to entertain the accused's remarks.
I will grant the request of the defense.
But Your Excellency.
Silence, you bald weirdo. This is likely to be the final cross-examination of these proceedings. No offense to bald people. You're not all weirdos. It's just ouchy. Advice to stifle the defendant's obvious concerns. So, whilst recognizing that this contravenes regular protocol, I hereby call upon the defendant to speak.
Now I have to speak? Thank you so much, Your Excellency. All right. It was nothing to do with Dr. Wilson. We were discussing the stolen poison.
Hold it!
The stolen poison that killed the victim, you mean? I suspected her of being the one to steal it. I mean, just think about how she killed Dr. Wilson.
That's true. Additionally, Miss Brett certainly had knowledge of the new poison. But surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government.
Indeed. All visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult. That's true. I pestered Professor Mikotoba until he agreed to show me the poison when I visited his laboratory. But as I left, I was searched from top to tail.
Miss Brett rather bluntly revealed the existence of the toxin we'd been developing, you see. And since Soseki-san expressed such an interest in it, I felt unable to refuse. Obviously, I gave nothing away other than the fact that it was an extremely potent substance.
I'm very ashamed of myself. It's just that I've had a singularly terrible experience with a deadly poison. I wanted to look my old enemy in the eye. Surely you can understand that.
His old enemy poison? I don't understand. What does he have with poison? Because in London, his case had nothing to do with poison, did it? It was a knife. It had nothing to do with poison. I'm very sure. It's just that I just seem to. Or if that still comes later, then no spoilers. No spoilers. Maybe that, but I'm just picking something up that he's laying down, I guess, you know. So, to find out if my suspicions were true, I confronted Miss Brett about the poison. I told her that if there were to be an incident involving it somehow, it wouldn't just be the university. The military would be dragged into it. The whole government even. It would be a complete disaster.
And how did Miss Brett respond to your concerns?
She just curved those beautiful lips of hers and said she didn't know the first thing about it. In English, actually. Ray definitely likes them ladies, doesn't she? Marshall K, you gotta bounce. Thank you. We will. I hate them. Are we just leaning in? Kitchen is probably asleep now. So if we talk about Moonhade, Kitchen will not notice, right?
Ah, yes.
Menimemo-san, one small question if you don't mind. See, Kitchen is sleeping, so we can say everything we want about the moon, and it won't be reported to it won't be reported back to the Fu Moonians. Oh! Oh no, the lawyer is there. The lawyer is there. There's more than... Oh, but Elsie, I thought you were a bit more on the fence. Kitchen seemed to feel a lot stronger about it, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. I don't know. What about Noodle? Are you? Oh, also it's Taisa isn't here, but it was Taisa's birthday yesterday, so we can all wish Taisa a happy birthday when we next see her. Anyway, Mikotoba, back to stream. I'm fading though. You won't lie. Go to sleep, Kitchen. Sleep. Shh. Go to sleep, Kitchen. Have some sweet dreams. Don't worry about anything but your dear sleep. La 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 la. Is Kitchen asleep now? Have you fallen asleep? It's not working too well. What? What is this? In which Anakin Naruhodo expresses the love for Padme? What is this? I don't... When did I express love for Padme? I'm confused. A creepy lullaby. I don't know what you mean. I think that was... See, Kitchen is not here anymore. Kitchen fell asleep. Anyway, Mikoto. Ah, yes. Menimemo-san. You will avenge them. Menimemo-san, one small question, if you don't mind.
If you don't mind.
I do mind. Can't you see I'm busy? Clearly, you were outside the beach hut listening in, whilst the defendant and Miss Brett were conversing. Presumably, then, it was you who wrote this article about what you'd heard. Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical Research Laboratory. The story was published in this morning's edition of Shoyu News. The details are too accurate for it to have been written by anyone else. Sorry. Don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, look at this. The entire article is almost what I said to Miss Brett word for word.
Well?
Menimemo-san?
4 dozen eggs? Biceps? As a journo, and as a citizen of a free country, I don't have to reveal my sources. That's a founding principle of Menimemoism.
Father's clearly right about this. That reporter did write that article, and he based it on what he overheard from outside the hut. The details of the poison article have been updated in the court record. No, that's what it was all about. You were trying to cover up the fact that you were listening in. That's why you came up with that stinking story about me arguing with her.
Shut up! My stories never stink. Neither do I. I wash myself every day, as you can clearly tell from this stain on my hand. Look, whatever you say, little girl.
See, that is creepy. Earlier, he said she's his kind of girl, and now he calls her little girl. So, I think we know what he's saying, okay? This guy's into little girls, and it's disgusting. You're disgusting, Menimemo. Screw you. Whatever you say, little girl, it doesn't alter the facts.
Your Excellency, there's something I want to say, and I wanted to go on record.
Very well. You may amend your formal testimony.
Weirdo. The point is, if you poisoned someone, there'd be no reason then to go and stab the person as well. Gross.
Hey, Vincent Van Gogh away. What's going on? How's it going?
Perhaps you doubted the efficacy of the poison and sought to make sure your victim would die. You wish you could have used that excuse in English class. I don't have to show my sources. I totally did not pull these facts out of my butt. Yeah, would that be good, wouldn't it? Anyway, that's
That's horse dung. What? That would be like pouring pepper on your Chinese ramen before you'd even tasted it. Completely reckless.
Well, what if you like pepper?
Although, it might surprise you to learn that I'm a bit of an impetuous pepper pourer as it happens.
So you saying you're doing it yourself anyway?
Such a weirdo.
Once the victim had taken the poison, she would have been only minutes away from death. And yet, this man then proceeded to stab her in the back as well. There must have been a good reason for that.
If it was the reporter who gave the poison to Miss Brett, then clearly he must have done it prior to Ray entering the hut. Yes, that's undeniable. But between him leaving the hut and the victim being stabbed, there was one very crucial change in the situation.
Sorry? What change?
The reporter overheard the conversation between Ray and the Englishwoman.
Ah, yes. That's it. That's when Menimemo-san first found out the exact nature of the poison he'd used. That could be the key here. Wait, what? If the victim had unwillingly taken the poison already, the reporter would have had no reason to stab her. On the face of it, that logic sounds entirely reasonable. But there's no question that this man was responsible for Miss Brett's murder. So what did he think the poison do before he overheard the conversation? If we could think of a plausible explanation as to why he might have stabbed her even after the poisoning.
I feel sure that everything would drop into place.
Drop into place? Pop into place? Fall into place? Say fall into place usually, right? Drop into place. What a funny way to say it.
That's what we should be looking for.
Yes, I agree. And in order to do that, I must try to glean more information. Okay, well, we've already found all the information. We've done all the pressing. So now it's time to figure shit out, right? Okay, so what did this article know? Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from Yume Medical. Following a lecture at Yume by Soseki Natsume on the 11th of August, it's come to light that a very disturbing incident took place. A deadly poison being secretly developed in the university's forensic science laboratory was stolen. Even the smallest amount entering the body, either via the mouth or via a wound from a poison-laced blade, would prove fatal in minutes. Current methods cannot detect the newly developed chemical. The university would have to be consulted. Onset of symptoms occurs in minutes, starting with impaired breathing and ending with acute contraction of the pupils prior to death. Such symptoms would be suggestive of this toxin. It's apparently an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids and rumored to have been commissioned by the military. I mean, it could well be theory time. It could well be that Auroris Borealis, you've got to go. No worries. Catch you next time. Have a good one. So theory time. It could well be that he poisoned her, but then as she was talking to Ray, she was about to maybe reveal information that might have incriminated him, and then he, like, is watching her, realized he needs to stab her now. So that could be a reason. That could be a reason, right? Because, like, she clearly wasn't dead yet, you know. So, but that's just a theory. TGAA theory. Bud grain theory. Culprit, victim. Okay, what else we got? We got a knife. You call that a knife? I don't have another knife to say this is a knife. Okay, so which one? Okay, yes, I stabbed the English woman, and that is the very fact that proves I'm innocent. Because why would I have bothered to stab the woman if I'd already poisoned her? When I heard the student girl and that pompous English murderer arguing, it got my goat. It has nothing to do with Dr. Wilson. We were discussing the stolen poison. Point is, if you'd poisoned someone, there'd be no reason to go and stab the person as well. So, but if would prove fatal in minutes. So, I mean, if it is in minutes, then it could. I think this should be a reason, right? Like it proves fatal in minutes, but not immediately. So I think this could be a reason. So this is what I would say for now. I would use his own words against him, which is, this.
Objection!
Well, I can think. Ooh, silence. I like it when it goes silent because that means I've got a good grain. Oh, hey, Paradise, you came in time, like just in time for my first guess at a flaw in Menimemo's testimony, and it feels like I was right. Well, I can think of one reason. What? But before I explain, I'd like you to confirm something for the court. This is actually first try this time, isn't it? Yes, not a guess. This was deduced. This was deduced. Okay, after finishing like one whole game, I feel like I'm finally like starting to get it. Maybe, eh? What's up, Brunei Schumann? Brunei Schumann. Brunei Schumann? Are you from Brunei? Is that why you Brunei Schumann? What's going on? Welcome to the chat, yo. Welcome to the stream. So, did you glean all the information for this newspaper article from what you overheard outside the hut? Of course he did. There can be no question of that. After all, when we were all in the laboratory together, all we were told is that this was a terrible toxin. And there is one more important fact to consider. According to the witness, Membami-san's verbal attack against the victim began as soon as she entered the hut. In other words, it would have been impossible for her to have slipped the poison into Miss Brett's drink.
Objection!
Where are you going with this, counsel?
Well, if you let her finish, then she will tell you how. What kind of objection is that? It's like, objection! Like, what is the end of your statement? Well, if you let her finish, you dumbass. Menimemo-san has made it quite clear that he observed every single thing that happened in the beach hut. If the defendant had somehow found an opportunity, this man would have seen it. How do I really feel? What do you mean? About who, Noodle? Oh, thanks for the follow, Brunei Schumann. How do I really feel about what? What do you mean? What did I say? What are you commenting on, Noodle? You mean about Ouchie? Ouchie's a prick.
Which means that Miss Brett couldn't have imbibed the poison whilst the defendant was present. In fact, it must have been administered to her before Membami-san entered the hut. Yes, very articulately put.
When I walked into the hut, I immediately started to press Miss Brett about the poison. At which point, Menimemo's son overheard some worrying information. Oh, it's a joke you make. Noodle. How do you really feel? As if they're being subtle, yes. I'm very subtle with my dislike towards Ouchie. I think I'm very neutral, aren't I? very, very objective. I think I'm very objectively observing that Ouchie is a prick. And Menimemo. Menimemo is also a prick. That is an objective truth. At which point, Menimemo-san overheard some worrying information.
Worrying information? What worrying information?
I know, I'm so subtle, aren't I? So clever and subtle with my reads. The information which he subsequently included in his newspaper article, namely, that the poison was being developed in strict secrecy and that it couldn't be readily obtained.
Absolutely. In fact, that's quite an understatement. The only possible place it could come from is my lab.
And furthermore, anyone afflicted by the poison would exhibit telltale signs in death. The extreme constriction of the pupils. Yes, it's quite stark when you see it. There are other poisons that show similar symptoms, but not among new substances that are undetectable. In other words, it would be clear that the victim's life had been ended by the use of this particular poison, which would reduce the number of suspects to only a handful of people.
Ah.
Okay, I did present the right piece of evidence, but she didn't really go exactly with my reasoning, did she? So I guess it was a little bit of a guess. But that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine.
Everyone in my laboratory is aware.
Oh, it's Bruna is human. So it's not Brunei Schumann from Brunei the place, but it's Bruna is human. That's a very, like, when it came up on the screen, I didn't see the capitalized letters. So I thought maybe your name is Schumann and you're from Brunei. You just capitalized it. Very good. You're like, whoopsie, that can be misread. Not that there's anything wrong with Schumann from Brunei, you know, like that's also fine.
Whoopsie, did it wrong. Oopsie.
Oh dear. Everyone in my laboratory is aware of the unique properties of the toxin we've been developing. None of them would be foolish enough to attempt to use it for some nefarious deed. No one indeed. Membami-san being no exception.
You know, if you were to read sentences in a completely different order of syllables, that would be really confusing, right? It would be like, there, for we can, wait, how do I do this? There, for we can conclude that who ever administered, I can't even do it. This is really hard, right? This unique poison on two the victim. I can't do it. This is too confusing. Therefore, we can conclude that whoever administered this unique poison to the victim was a layperson, unaware of its telltale properties. In other words, someone like you. Right, 10 Menimemo. You, because you're too stupid, we figured you out. Reason for being found out? Too stupid. This actually feels like it's a lot of criminals, isn't it? Because if you were really smart, just don't do crime, but be successful in other ways, I think. Especially like scammers and shit. Oh, God. Scammers really get me angry because it's like, you're like scamming like people out of money that don't even have that much. If you're gonna be like, I'm not encouraging any crime, but people that are like sort of take money from big corporations like in a Robin Hood way, like I'm gonna be less angry at them, right? Like it's still obviously bad and in the big picture also not good for a lot of things in society and stuff. But like At least, you know, like people that take money from like old, like retired people and shit like that. I'm like, you are just pure evil. You're just pure evil. Just no. I don't support crime. I don't support crime. No crime shall be supported. None. Not even a single one. Because they're illegal. Exactly. It was you who stole the poison from the laboratory that day. You! It was you! No, it was Menimemo. And it was you who administered it to the unwitting victim. Not the unwitting victim. But you quickly realized that was a terrible mistake. Because the poison caused such unusual symptoms and was so traceable. Oh, maybe I'll. It's 19 seconds. People should be back from the break any moment. Because we're getting into the good stuff, aren't we? This is like close to breakdown time, isn't it? Let me just refill my. I haven't properly said hi to my static. Static hasn't properly said hi to stream yet. Maybe we need to do a quick static saying hi. I feel like Static is one of my plush toys or something. See? Static makes me disappear. And this is just the right amount of static. It's like not so staticky that it's not see-through, but also not too not staticky. See, it even makes them disappear. Ooh, look, it's Kazu. No, it's Soseki-san. Kazu, Soseki, Kazu, Soseki, Kazu, Soseki. Good fun, isn't it? Supporting character, innit? I love green screen. Maybe I should do like a whole thing with green screen. Just having fun with green screen. Having fun with green screen with Mark. Menimemo. As you listened in from the far side of the beach hut's thin walls, you learned of these facts. But you'd already given the victim the poison at that point. It was too late. So you hatched a plan to disguise your mistake. A plan that involved stabbing the victim in the back through the reed screen.
Objection! But what could that possibly do?
Isn't it obvious, Counsel? Have you not got a very good grain? The plan was to kill Miss Brett before the poison could take effect. Once in the blood, the poison causes the onset of pupil constriction, but he had hoped to precipitate the victim's death before that happened, hadn't he? Exactly. Because without any revealing signs of the new secret poison's use, no one would ever have suspected.
This is extraordinary.
Yes, the effects of the poison meant it would be too easily identified, so the killer had to mask its use, which he attempted to do by plunging a knife into the middle of the victim's back. So it wasn't quite my prediction, but kind of. I mean, I said that he killed her because he didn't want to be found out, but I thought it's because she might be revealing something that would incriminate him. So it's kind of close, you know? Does that count as Kazutsum falling? Kazutsum didn't fall. Kazutsum was just in the right place. It was just the thing that made him disappear. That's not falling. 'Cause I'm free falling.
Order. The argument presented is sound. The court is satisfied that it warrants consideration. Does the prosecution have a counter-argument it wishes to put forward? Do you have something? Ouchie, you little bitch. Sorry. I apologize. I am a judge and I should remain impartial.
Well, there are a number of... I mean, yes, I counter completely.
Objection!
The prosecution's evasive response clearly shows that in much the same way as that he nurtures the remnants of his top knot, he's clinging to... Oh my god, that is such a harsh read! shit! Oh my god! She just burnt him to a freaking pile of ash. Oh my god, that is harsh. It's true, but that is a harsh read, man. She could be on RuPaul, man. That is just there's nothing left of him, man. Oh my god, that was ice cold for sure. That is Sasa. That's sassy Susato. Shit, man. Oh. We got breakdown time. Breakdown time.
Oh no! Ugh. You pathetic, useless, fallen samurai.
Fallen? Who are you calling fallen?
I don't need a counter argument.
What are you talking about?
It should be blatantly obvious. I stole the poison, you say, gave it to the victim, you say, stabbed her, you say. Lots of fine theories, huh? But I don't need a counter-argument because you don't have an argument yourself. Huh? Where is your evidence? I'm so smart. Yes, you make it all sound so plausible, don't you? But without evidence, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm so smart and you're so stupid. Whereas I base my news on facts.
Facts. What do you mean? Explain yourself.
I mean what the professor said earlier in this trial. It's all here in my many memos. I'm so good at taking memos. I'm the best at memos. Every word, every slip of the tongue, all noted. That's what the Show You News is famous for. It's the power of the printed word. Yeah.
No, we're not going to stick in this. Oh, Reborn P27, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it very much.
But surely, it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government.
Indeed. All visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave.
Finally figured out how to use Prime Sub. It took me some time as well, don't worry. I still am confused by the fact that you just get free games with it as well. But I suppose you are paying for Prime, so anyway. Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult.
How's that then? Blown the story wide open, huh? See, I, right-hand Menimemo, a mere reporter from the Show You News, couldn't possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory, huh?
It's not free when you pay for it, right, LC? It means you pay for it. But there can't be any question of it. He must have stolen it. He must have stolen the poison that day. He stole it and used it to kill. And if that's the case, as you've identified, the poison itself is the definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the laboratory that day is the true culprit here.
What's your point, you annoyingly handsome country bumpkin?
Are you still trying to hit on Susato while you are being accused of murder? God, you're a weirdo, man. Fucking weirdo. Jesus. My point is this. There's one way that you, Menimemo-san, could have stolen the poison that day. Man has got to shoot he's like, I'm not gonna miss my shot. I'm you. What was that? I'm young, sexy, and horny. I'm not going to miss my shot. Done with the butchering of this Hamilton.
I have heard enough verbal conjecture now. Thank you. What the court must be shown is evidence. What proof do you have that it instilled the poison on the day in question? What? Wait, what? What proof do we have? As a theater, my butchering of Hamilton is killing you. I'm sorry. I've never actually. I should see Hamilton. I actually know the current Hamilton in London. So I should just go see him in it. I don't know him very well, but he's a friend of a friend. Anyway, let me have a look. See what evidence do we have? 30 point. I mean, hold on a minute. So what evidence do we have? So, time of death. Okay, sorry. This one's actually kind of stumping me a little bit. What, I mean, it was this early in trial. It's all here in my many memos. Every word, every syllable, tongue, all note. That's what the Shonen is famous. Surely, it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government. Indeed. All visitors are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if the thief managed to avoid being seen. Right. Getting the poison out would be difficult. I would say it could be in the pen. I think that's what it is. It could be in the pen. That's it.
Take that!
Oh. Okay. Oh, it is! It is! It is correct! It's correct! A fountain pen? How can that possibly be relevant? Because, yeah, there we go. I thought the music had to go silent, but it doesn't always go silent. Sometimes it doesn't go silent. And you still have a boot grain. We didn't make any mistakes yet today. These magical pens somehow seem to have enough ink to write many thousands of kanji characters. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now.
I swear by a weasel-haired calligraphy brush and nothing else. These newfangled pens are merely...
Is it coincidence that he calls it a weasel hair calligraphy brush? Because he is a... That can't be coincidence, right? Are they made of weasel hair? Is that... yeah, like, because that's... Oh, hey, Serene1313. Welcome. We're doing just fine. We're having a really good run tonight. Like, I haven't made any mistakes yet so far. Touch wood. Fingers crossed. And, touch Kazuma and touch Shiryu. Not in a weird way. Just, You're such a boomer. Who's a boomer? Me? Or do you mean Ouchie? Yes, like, oh, all this modern technology. I know, I'm not quite a boomer. I'm a millennial, yo. Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously, I love my fountain pen. To suck up a soupçon of sumptuous ink and once work as a washer with words in the blink of an eye. Huh. That's right, yes. Fountain pens have a small reservoir in the barrel. Into which ink is sucked up through the nib of the pen in order to write with later. That's right.
What does all this talking of sucking up ink have?
Oh, is he just getting it?
His brain is a little slow, isn't it? Oh, ouchie. You have a bit of a slow brain, ouchie. Oh my god. It's like all your intelligence seeping out of your bald head. Is it just seeping out?
Maybe the little intelligence he had left just went into those 5 hairs on his forehead or something. That's why he's even worse now than in our first case. Loser. Stupid ouchie. Don't know what you're talking about. Idiot. And just as it's possible to suck up ink into the reservoir, it's also possible to eject it through the nib again, of course.
My word. Can this really be?
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Well, Menimemo, son.
Yo, son? What are you gonna say now, son?
When you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the laboratory that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you? By siphoning the poison up through the nib and into the pen's reservoir.
Objection!
What do you want to know?
More absurdity.
That never happened. So you're not committed to finding out the truth, are you, Ouchie? True. We've heard that there were procedures in place to prevent thefts like this from the laboratory. But would anyone have thought to look inside a fountain pen of all places?
No. I'm a little ashamed to say that for fear of offending our guests, such a detailed search would not have been conducted. Well, this is quite startling, I must say.
I remind the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. In other words, it was dropped at the scene by Menimemo-san. So the crucial question is, when exactly was the pen dropped?
Are you suggesting?
The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act whilst the victim was distracted for a moment, you dropped the pen after you emptied the poison from it into her glass.
There could be any number of alternative explanations. For example, the witness could have been using his pen to write down details of his conversation with the victim. And when shocked by one of her outrageous answers, the pen fell from his quivering hand.
Objection!
God, what a dumb line of argument, Ouchie. You have the dumbest grain. No, that can't be. If it was, how do you explain why the pen was devoid of ink?
What?
As you can see for yourself, if you examine the evidence, there would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. What newspaper reporter goes to interview someone with nothing in his pen? No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled its reservoir had been emptied into the victim's glass.
Witness? Ooh, ow, ow. How's the thing in my eye suddenly?
All good.
What do you have to say in your defense?
Breakdown time? No, not yet. So, this is how our modern justice system works. Is it, huh? So what if the ink in my pen runs dry? So what if my pencil snaps, huh? Oh, jeez, it's Wolverine. I can always claw my way back into the game. I have plenty in reserve.
Jesus.
Okay. You claim I sucked the poison up into my pen? That's wild speculation, nothing more. If you thought you could bring down a fine, upstanding citizen with a trick like that, think again.
It looks as though it's going to take one final decisive blow to finish this matter. As I see, the situation is now very simple. It rests upon whether or not this witness did indeed steal the poison on the day in question, and therefore, it all depends upon whether or not the defense can prove that he did with evidence.
No such evidence could possibly exist.
Objection!
Okay. Menimemo-san, this is how our modern justice system works.
What?
In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Something you would do well to remember. Because we are all well past the point of speculation at this stage, I assure you.
Very well then. I call upon the defense to present the aforementioned evidence.
This is it then. This will be the final piece in the puzzle. Okay, final evidence time. The defense can prove by means of this item that it was the witness's pen that was used to steal the poison. Wait, what? Okay, for a new poison. Well, I don't actually know that. Does it have something to do with this? So, if we take off the pens, so, I mean, it's not the pen itself that's the proof. It's got to be another piece of evidence, right? Okay. Single deep stab wound from behind, piercing a lung and resulting in a fatal hemorrhage. Death would have occurred. Extreme meiosis was observed. So how do I prove that it was the pen? I'm using my boot grain. Wait, is it? So the pen was here. We've already established it. The pen was here. Deadly poison being... Even the smallest amount entering either via the mouth or via a wound from a poison-laced blade would prove fatal in minutes. Current methods can attack the new... So what's this toxin? It's apparently... I mean, it's not the... So, we've already shown that this is empty. Okay, fine. Think yes. Something wrong with it. Just that doesn't actually mean... Okay. We've already established all of this. And we've established that it's his pen. So that is all... Is there anything in this picture? We want to identify him as the culprit. What about this? Can we... The label appears to be written in a foreign language. It's German, so your knowledge of English is going to be really help. Couldn't you just... German's the international language of medicine. Okay. How do we link the pen? How do we... The witnesses... Wait, the defense can prove by means of this item that it was the witness's pen that was used to steal the poison. What does it say in this article? This is the interview with you and So-Sik-san, is it, father? Looks as though it was quite an exchange. Yes, he became a little over when he was talking about somebody and thought of a managed to capture this moment. His hand karate chopped me on the neck. I do hope you weren't hurt. Okay. And then on the other side we have that other article. Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from you, Menimemo. Can't believe you knew nothing about this. Nothing was reported to me. It seems an attempted cover-up was at play. This is extraordinary. What I'd like to know is how a reporter found out. Okay, so he listened to them and that's how he found out. But serious consequence of father. My brain is not being so good right now. I don't get it. A deadly poison is being secretly developed. Okay. Came to light. How do I... I mean, I guess with the pen, the only thing is the pen itself, right? It was when the pen that was used to steal the poison. I mean, we're gonna have to analyze the pen. Oh, there is a very small amount of liquid still inside the ink reservoir. So we just gotta...
Take that!
look at the pen. Yeah. You believe that this... Yeah. What do you believe, Your Excellency?
I believe you are.
Wait, no? But there's still liquid in there. But it says there's liquid in there. So we should be able to examine it, right? Oh, wait. Special indicator solution for... Oh! A special indicator for a new poison. So this, obviously, this is what we'll use. Whoopsie.
Counsel, what is that bottle?
I kind of like didn't quite realize what that was for.
It took me a moment. What is that bottle?
This bottle contains the unique chemical reagent that can identify the poison in question.
Yes, that poison is an entirely new synthesis of alkaloids developed by my colleagues and I. It would be impossible to detect traces of it by any other method.
Dobby is free.
Very good, very weird creature. Or from another perspective.
You've given us a sock. You've given us the liquid. It means we're free. Finally.
Simply with this chemical reagent, anybody at all could check for traces of the poison.
Reagent? What? Silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. We have figured out the truth right now. And you, my Menimemo-san, you shall right now be silent forevermore because you're a creep. Oh, yes, you are. And now we shall hear the sound of silence.
Is all... Ow. Wait, I didn't even read the previous line, did I? One drop of the contents of this bottle are on the tip of your fountain pen, Menimemo-san. Is all it will take to solve this case beyond all reasonable doubt.
No, you can't. I won't.
You don't seem threatening at all with your 4 pencils there. Ray, get out of there. He's crazy. Your crimes are bad enough, but at least know when to admit defeat. Your Excellency. The defense requests permission to carry out the test on the fountain pen at once. Yeah. What is he trying to do? Oh yeah, throw your camera, you little loser. This isn't my fault. The Empire tried to hold his head high as a civilized nation, but I took arms in the form of a mighty band. I fought tirelessly, all in the name of justice and righteousness. Whoa! Susato, with me. I'm there. Oh damn! I kicked his butt. Did I do it right? That was a Susato takedown, wasn't it?
Justice has been served.
Not quite. That was a Ryutaro takedown. Yeah, remember? I'm not Susato because girls are not allowed in here as lawyers. Remember? Gardener Bebow. Thanks for the first time, Chad. Thanks for joining.
Whoa. Violence works.
The instant the first drop of the reagent touched the nib of the fountain pen, it was clear to everyone present.
Oh, are you sad now? When I saw it there in the lab, the poison, the devil got a hold of me. I really got a hold.
Is that how the song goes? I don't know.
I decided to do it on a whim. I excused myself
and emptied all the ink down the sink in the bathroom, washing the reservoir out carefully. And then you waited for an opportunity to suck up some of the poison, didn't you? Into your fountain pen. Yes, that's right. Oh my god, I'm so sad now. Answer me one thing, Menimemo-san. Why did you steal it? For what purpose? Isn't it obvious? To find out what it was made of and expose it in an article. I mean, it was a secret project after all. Too juicy for a journal like me to pass up.
Then why did the Englishwoman end up dead?
I went into that hut, intending to quiz her on the situation, that's all, as a reporter. A known killer, enjoying full freedom, evading justice by leaving the country. I told her what I thought about it. And she just laughed in my face.
Oh, what's this? A Far Eastern caveman purporting to practice journalism? Oh, really? You must learn the difference between reporting and listening at doorways, you ignorant plebeian.
What? What did you call me? What is it? Plebeian? 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 What did you call me? I don't know that word. I need to look it up.
This country, with its pretensions to a justice system, to a free press, it's really very depressing. You see our superior ways in the West, yet you lack the mental capacity to emulate them. Oh, she's so racist. Oh dear. Get out of here, you oaf. Get out and crawl back into the cave you came from. Actually, I have lovely houses in Japan, you racist woman.
That's when I remembered about the deadly poison I happened to have in my pen at that time. 'Cause that's just what we have. We just happen to have poisons in our pens, right? What a terrible tale. In my head, I knew I should just get out of there as quickly as possible, but I couldn't. Yeah, but murder's wrong. I couldn't let her get away with what she'd done, when she clearly had no remorse at all. I suppose it was my journo spirit. No, don't. Getting all fired up. Don't blame journalism on this. Press is not at fault for everything. Sometimes you gotta take responsibility yourself. You did the murder, okay? Wow. I like how Ouchie is still like bent over and like kind of just losing. I'd like to ask you something. Yes. You often talk about justice. But surely, as a journalist, you could have used other means to deliver the justice you sought. There's no justice in the press. Sorry? After that trial 9 months ago, I kept digging and digging to find out what had happened in that courtroom, and finally, I discovered the truth. It was a cover-up. That's what it was. A cover-up? What do you mean? I would remind you of your position, witness. Be careful of what you say. Oh, what's up, Judge? Judge, are you feeling kind of like there's some truth in that? Oh, come on. Doesn't it strike you as strange? We're suddenly not allowed to convict a foreign national? Consular jurisdiction should never have come into it. And yet that puffed up Englishwoman was going to sail away into the sunset, a free woman. I mean, he does have some truth in that, and he does have a point in that.
The only possible explanation is that, behind the scenes, some deal had gone down between Britain and Japan.
What sort of deal?
I'd done my research, dug up all the dirt. It was all ready to be published. But you know what happened? The editor just tore the article up.
He came under pressure from the government, you mean?
If our government is going to let criminals walk free, if they're gonna crush the free press, then what choice do I have but to see that justice is done myself?
Let's not forget, Menimemo-san, that you committed murder yourself, and you tried to lay the blame at the defendant's door, yeah? See, that's always what we gotta remember, right? Like, sometimes when these people make, like, arguments about, like justice and all this, like Gregson as well and stuff, you know? It's kind of like, you can't let innocent people take the blame for your justice. That's not justice. That is the definition of injustice, okay? So don't blame innocent people. It's bullshit, man. Bullshit. That you committed murder. Yeah, there we go. I hate that. Innocent people do not deserve this shit. I'm sorry, but you're no better than bread. Whoa. Yep. Yeah, how'd you feel about that, huh, Menimemo? Yeah, how'd you feel about that? What? The truth is, you have no right to talk about justice at all. That's right. Susato agrees with me. Yeah, you hang your head in shame. Shame. I need a bell. Shame. Make him walk through the town. People throw shit at him. I suppose.
It would appear that we have reached a conclusion in this trial at last. Indeed, counsel for the defense, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Like, nobody at all made any comment on the fact that they kept calling Ryutaro Susato. Like, no one noticed. It's like, all right, it's just fine. Like, nobody was like, who's that Susato you talking about? It's fine. It's fine. We're just gonna ignore that. Yeah, that's me. Yes. Sorry, Your Excellency. Just musing in a manly way here. What? Just musing in a manly way. That's all. That's like somebody that's undercover or something. Oh yeah, I'm just being like really undercover here. Very convincingly. Don't worry about me. Don't mind me. I'm just spying. Very casually. It's all good.
It's almost unbelievable that this is your first experience of the Supreme Court. It was an excellent performance.
I'm definitely not a spy. Definitely not. Not spying anything.
In truth, it very much reminded me of your cousin's exploits.
Naruhodo, do Ryunosuke, do you mean? Is that what you mean?
The way he handled the trial 9 months ago, and the way you handled this one, it gives me hope that we are genuinely entering a new era of justice in this land, and we leave the likes of Ouchie behind, that little bastard.
That's very flattering, Your Excellency.
Hearing the defense you put forward today made me feel most keenly that the future of our justice system will be forged by you and your contemporaries, and not idiots like Ouchie.
Thank you.
So, Prosecutor Ouchie, you dumb bitch, do you have any final thoughts?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't use that word too much. It's not very nice. But it's okay for people like Ouchie, right? But Prosecutor Ouchie? Eh? Takitsuche of the Ouchie clan have been bested by a callow youth not once now, but twice.
If there was any shred of my former self left, it has withered and died here today.
Gosh, your journey to cultural enlightenment sure took a while, didn't it?
Silence!
What is that thing? Does he have like a... Is that... Oh. Holy shit. He's gonna slice himself up?
Rather than living on in shame?
That's like pretty badass. Oh my god. Is he just gonna do it in court? That's not how you do it. You gotta find like another area or something. Like... I think somebody's gonna stop him.
I will end it all now. With this...
Oh no, he's cutting off his hair, isn't he? He's gonna cut off his last little bit of hair. That's what he's gonna do. I can see it already. He's just gonna go bloop.
For that is the true path to ouchieism.
Ouchieism? Oh my god, are you taking like Menimemo as like an example for how to talk? One hopes that's the only way in which he will be modeling himself after the witness. I'm so with the game that I keep saying the same stuff that the people are gonna say, but maybe that's how well it's written. It just guides you along, doesn't it?
Sprig of my topknot. See, I knew it. The time is right for a farewell. Is lost forever. Called by Taketsuji Ota.
He's just quoting himself. So epic. Beautiful. That was just beautiful. A moment of silence for the 5 strands of hair.
Moving on. Now, in regard to the defendant, Rei Membami-san.
Yes, Your Excellency.
I have reached my final verdict. I hereby find you not guilty! Yeah! Yeah! Look, we have extra confetti! Yeah! And a little bit of fireworks! Yeah! Not guilty! Not guilty! Court is adjourned.
We did it, guys. We did it. We solved another case.
Love that this court already has people ready to drop confetti in the event of a not guilty. Yeah, I wonder what they do if it's guilty. Are they also going to have confetti? It's like, yeah, guilty, 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 yippee, yippee. We're so happy. Somebody's guilty. Although if the guilty person's guilty, then we can be happy. Right? Because sometimes, like if Menimemo went to court, I'd be like, yeah, man, that guy's guilty. Put him in jail. Put him in prison. You know, he's got to go away. We need this guy to go away. You know. Anyway, I kind of need to use the loo, and we have an 8 ad break coming up, so this is perfect timing. I'm gonna go to the loo, and I'm gonna be right back, and then we're gonna continue the end of this case. All right. So I'll catch you in a couple of minutes. Hello, welcome back to my stream. What's going on? Eminem's got to get out. Got to go. Have some spaghetti. Mom spaghetti or something. I don't know. Did that make sense? Eminem, mom spaghetti? No? Okay, terrible. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please don't prosecute me. It's the real Eminem that kind of comes joining our stream. Wouldn't it be so fun if if the actual Eminem was like, yeah, man, I'm like a great fan of Ace Attorney, and like, you know, I watch the streams. That'd be sick. Like and like I wouldn't even mind that he doesn't like promote it further or something like that. It would just be really fun for him to just like pop in here or something. Like he'd be like, or he's like, yeah, man, their writing is so good. Like I just really enjoy it. I mean, hey, famous people are normal too. Sometimes they might play games, right? Well, the real Eminem, please then. You probably are the real Eminem, right? But you've just left already, so maybe you got to go do some recordings or something, right? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, 13th of August, 4 days after my birthday, Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendants Antechamber 3. He said, hi, I'm Eminem, and none of us would believe it was legit. Yeah, that's true. Susato, it's over. My heart is still pounding in my chest, though. It's all I can do just to stay standing.
Ryunosuke! Look, she's like looking at him from behind, and it's kind of like, oh, I miss him.
Lawyers have such great responsibility, such a great burden to bear. Oh boy! Don't they? Naruhodo-san. I miss Naruhodo-san. I did enjoy Ryutaro. Susato! Susato!
Thank you. Thank you so much. You were so dashing in there. Ray and Father. Honestly, I'm so touched by everything you... Oh no, I think I'm gonna cry.
It wasn't easy, but together we made it. I was on the verge of tears at the end too.
The only reason I'm still here is because of you.
Oh no, I can't take all the credit. It took courage to tell the truth in there. You did wonderfully, Ray. So, I would have to say that the congratulations belong to you.
Susato, don't be so standoffish.
Sorry? We're friends, equals, and the trial's over. So no more of this formal super humility nonsense. Yeah, just take pride in what you've done. You know, it's time to celebrate with swagger. Throw caution to the wind. All right. Caution to the... what? I'm the great defense lawyer, Ryutaro Naruhodo, and I'm taking you out to a milk bar tomorrow. Date time.
Or something. Only if you want to. I'm being all coy. It doesn't matter.
Now we can have a...
I'm shy. Something, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Just come on. She's sending you all the signals, Susato. Just ask her out. And, you know, other Menimemo-san, you are actually age appropriate, so it's fine. Right. I see. I'll, think about it, Ray. I'll think about it. At any rate, we really knocked the wind out of that horrid man. It felt so good. I agree. I'll think about it, right? Damn, man. Everybody's shooting their shot with Susato, but maybe she has someone else in mind. Who knows? Yes, it was satisfying. It really was. Isn't there anybody else we could throw together? Why is she looking at me, Kotoba? He hasn't done anything. Jeez. Crazy.
I hope you're not looking at me, Ray. I'm a silver fox. You should not throw me.
Oh my goodness. No, of course not. Of course not. There it is at last. Ray's lovely smile. Oh, she would have been so stressed, wouldn't she? So stressed.
You fought for your friend to the very last. As your father, I am extremely proud of you. Defense attorney, Ryutaro Naruhodo.
Thank you. But I couldn't have done it without your help. Anyway, it's time to bid farewell to Ryutaro, I think. Oh damn, the Otto mod has DILF as a as a wait, held as a message. It said bullying. DILF is the Automod thinks that DILF is a bullying term. I didn't think that that's a bullying term. I mean, I guess anything can be bullying, but it's like it's not a bad word, right? I mean, not bullying at least. It could be inappropriate, but like not bullying. It's Automod, Cursed Worms. Don't worry, it's Automod. Automod just picks up words sometimes, you know? Anyway, it's been allowed already, so all good. No stress. I shall miss him in a way, but it's back to Susatomi Kotoba now.
That's me, Susatomi Kotoba.
So, I'll never see him again then. What a terrible shame. Who's she talking about? What? Who? Oh. What is happening? Soseki-san and Inspector Hosonaga. I do hope you've been keeping well. Is that really you? They didn't know. Silly people. Yes, I had to change my appearance for, well, obvious reasons, I hope, but it's me. Hi. Yeah. Susatomi Kotoba, you remember? We spent a lot of time together, like on a ship first, and then like in London, like me and Ryunosuke, we helped you get acquitted, Soseki-san, and yeah, like, do you remember me? Yes? Don't. So dashing, so divine. Oh. Is Soseki's questioning like kind of his sexuality? Is that kind of what's going on? He's like, oh God, so confused. But no, doubly dashing, yes, and devilishly divine. Just look at you. I had no idea, Miss Susato-san Esquires, that you were locum student Naruhodo-san Esquire's cousin. I think you're missing the point, aren't you? Astonishingly astounding ace attorney. Poor Soseki-san. So confused. He is so confused, isn't he? He said the thing. Wait, what? Who said the thing? What is happening? He's what? So confused? What's going on? Wait, what's happened? Wait, he did? Oh, he did. Oh shit! I didn't even. I see. Sometimes I read shit out loud, and then it doesn't like quite register in the brain. I did say it, I'm sorry. Like, in the context of the sentence, it made total sense. I didn't even read it as the title of the game. I'm silly. I'm a silly man. I still remember the first time I ever met him. He was in a prison cell in London. What an extraordinary conundrum it was that the unwitting student from Japan found himself embroiled in. But after Naruhodo-san's skillful defense at the Old Bailey, Soseki-san was free to return to Japan. And now he seems to have earned himself great fame as an author. Ah, yes. I am stunned. That's a truly impressive disguise. Yeah, much better than yours. Even I had no idea. And I'm a chief inspector at the police bureau, who came up with Mr. Turtle, no less.
I am not sure you should be admitting to that, Inspector. His face was like,
Amazing. You're a woman of many faces, I see.
Just two, really. And this was a once-in-a-lifetime event, I hope. Oh, I'm not a patch on you, though, Inspector.
Well, I am a professional, of course. I do worry about Inspector Hosonaga sometimes. I really do. This seems like kind of so, like, all the asides by Susato is like, oh, what Susato has been really thinking about these characters, you know? Oh, this guy's an idiot. Oh, this guy's is so sad. No, all the commentary. he's very ill. Like he's just constantly coughing up blood. 9 months ago, when he appeared here at the Supreme Court to testify, he was undercover, disguised as the head waiter of a restaurant. Yeah, and he almost got us into trouble. And then on the steamship of Great Britain, of course, disguised as a sailor to keep us safe on the journey. And then he got beaten up by a Russian sailor. That's what it was, right? A Russian sailor. Though that didn't help you, did it, Kazuma-sama? Oh. Kazuma.
Kazuma. Every now and then I feel a little bit closer, but you hear right on my microphone, Kazuma. But you died on that ship and you're gone and I'm without you, Kazuma. Oh, Kazuma, why are you not here with me? I don't know what to do without you where you are now, Kazuma. And I don't know what's going on. I can't think of words, but I won't continue anyway. Kazuma, where every now and then I fall, Kazuma. Where every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. But you are here just in plush form next to me. But the truth is you are not real. I don't know. I couldn't really finish this very well, but I gave it a shot anyway. From my perspective, I have to admit that I have mixed feelings about all this. Hosonaga is saying it to me, isn't it? Kazuma didn't fall down yet, did he? Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. Na, 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 na. It's a good song, isn't it? It's a great song. I love it. I love it. I mean, now the truth has been lost forever. What do you mean? I'm talking about the murder that the English woman committed at the end of last year. Gonna be singing that all day, Elsie. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Ah, yes. It was an English doctor she killed, as I understand it. Oh, that was Soseki. Oopsie. Dr. John H. Wilson, yes. The man I invited to Japan personally. How sad. The mystery is, why did she kill him? And now that the culprit herself is dead, we'll probably never know the answer. Why indeed? On the voyage to Great Britain, we had a most unexpected encounter with Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. The great detective, I mean. Yes, I remember Mr. Sholmes well, of course. Ah, my arch nemesis. Is it arch nemesis? Arch nemesis, right? Not arch nemesis. How lightly you utter his name. Well, according to the stories published about him in The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, the detective once had a partner who helped him solve crimes. A best friend. And that man was an exceptional doctor of medicine by the name of John H. Wilson. What? Dr. Wilson? I just can't believe that it's a coincidence. I think that the English doctor of medicine killed here in Japan 9 months ago must have been the friend and partner of Mr. Sholmes. And if that's really true, what does that mean? What does that mean? Then the poor girl won't ever see her beloved father again. Poor girl indeed.
As you know, I traveled to Great Britain once myself to study. It was around the time you were born.
Yes, grandmother told me all about it.
On returning to Japan, I took up my professorship at the Imperial Yume University. But I also serve another role, as an advisor to the government on diplomatic affairs.
Gosh, he's a successful bastard, isn't he? Yes, I was aware of that as well.
In that case, I'm sure you'll understand that there are some confidential matters I cannot divulge to you.
Could you just tell me one thing? Why did you summon me back from Japan? Wasn't he ill? Isn't that what was going on? It's been 2 months now since I returned. When I left England, it was because an urgent telegram had arrived from Japan. It said that you'd collapsed with a high fever and you were growing weaker by the day.
What? Where did that news come from?
That's what I... Wait. So she's been here for all this time, but she's not even spoken to her dad about his health? That is a little bit strange. That's what I'd like to know, because after that long sea voyage, I found you in fine health, Father, and you only now bringing it up? Was there something in Great Britain that you perceived might inconvenience me in some way, or harm me? That's really the only explanation I can think of.
Dear me. Do you reserve your most cutting glares for your father, Susato? I'm sorry, my dear, I simply can't... Ah! Let me go!
Ooh, what are you doing here? You should be in chains or something. Menimemo-san?
So, one throw wasn't enough for you, huh?
I've got one last thing I want to say before they take me away, Professor.
Me?
I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on. In that visiting student's fate.
Visiting student?
No, not her. A student of law who left for Great Britain 8 months ago.
Okay, that would have been
Kazuma?
what? Student of law? He must mean Kazuma-sama. What are you talking about? What does any of this have to do with Kazuma-sama?
Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never made it to England, that he died on that steamship, and that he'll never...
Judge?
Well, I didn't expect to find him in here. What were you officers playing at?
Oh, Judge gets mad.
Terribly sorry, Your Excellency.
I feel like Judge is kind of sus here as well, though. Like interrupting in that moment. I think something's going on. Something is not right. Something is amiss. Something is afoot.
I was coming to tell you that the rickshaw has arrived, Yujin. And it's a good job I came by. Yes, thank you for dealing with him. And I'll be there shortly.
Oh, Your Excellency.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. The trial's over. I'm not your excellency anymore. Merely your father's friend, Seishiro Jigoku.
Jigoku? Isn't Jigoku hell? I think Jigoku means hell, doesn't it? So the judge is hell? Is the judge bad?
And may I say that since I saw you last, you seem to have taken on a more dashing appearance. No spoilers there, no spoilers. Susato?
Did you know all along, from the start of the trial?
The judge sees everything, Susato.
I couldn't let you take the risk. If Seishiro here hadn't known, then he'd recognized you. So I had a word in his ear beforehand as an old friend. So, Seishiro, shall we?
Yes. Having ruled on that case, we now have various diplomatic issues to address.
Before you go, Father.
Sorry, my dear. We shall have to return to our earlier conversation at a later date.
Well done again, both of you. You did admirably.
Oh, thank you very much.
What did you think of my Seishiro sling, eh? It's been a while since I sent a man flying like that. That was pretty good, but also
Came at a particular time.
Whatever could father be hiding from me? As if it wasn't glaringly obvious. Did you know something is amiss, aye? About Jezalalali Brett, about Dr. Wilson, and now it seems, according to the reporter, about Kazuma-sama. I'm going to have to bring this up with father sometime, when nobody else is around. Ooh, in secret.
Judicial Assistant Mikotoba-san Esquires. Could I have a word?
Oh, yes, of course, Soseki-san. What is it?
I think, perhaps, it could be fate that we're meeting again like this now. You see, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh?
I believe that it may be related to the reason why your father summoned you back from England.
This I have to hear. Please, Soseki-san, tell me at once.
I will!
Why is he so aggressive about that?
As you know, my time in England was terrible. First, I have no doubt. Such awful things I was embroiled in, thank goodness. Locum student Naruhodo-san Esquire stepped in. After he secured my freedom, I couldn't wait to get on a ship back here to my homeland. Having arrived in Japan, I submitted a report about my experiences to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The next thing I knew, I had a visitor. It was your father, Professor Mikotoba. He wanted to ask me all sorts of things about my report.
My father?
He seemed to be especially taken with a particular part of the report. Anyway, he left eventually, having thoroughly quizzed me. But it was the very next day that he sent the telegram to you, asking you to return to Japan.
What was it then? The particular part my father was interested in?
What indeed? I don't really know exactly. Do you remember them? Those two terrible cases I was caught up in?
Oh, of course, I could never forget.
Your father seemed to concern himself mainly with the second case.
The second one? You mean the one Mr. Sholmes forbade any of us to talk about in public? Wait, which one is that then? Second case, second case. Which is why the only case involving you that any member of the public is aware of is the first. Wait. But second case of... Wait, Soseki was involved in two cases? Oh, so I'm not supposed to know that. Okay. Oh, because we haven't spoken about that, I guess. Well, I don't care. I don't have to listen to what that dastardly detective says. Anyway, the point is, it seems that the case somehow holds the key to all these curious, unanswered questions. That horrific, hideous, heinous case, the case of the haunted lodgings. We are the public, are we? That case somehow caused my father to summon me urgently back to Japan. I thought that whole business was over, but it seems I was wrong. Perhaps that was only the start. Perhaps the story is not yet told. Dun dun dun. Oh, we've got some...
So, the mystery of that English woman's death is solved, thank goodness. And having stood in the Supreme Court now, I think I can comprehend a little better. How you must be feeling as you fight for people's freedom in a foreign land, Naruhodo-san. But actually, I'm writing to you today because of another matter. I met Soseki-san and we talked about that second case he was involved in. Father has said nothing to me, but I feel certain of it. That case holds the key to some great unsolved mystery. My notes on the case should still be in the office, tucked away at the back of the shelves on the left. Perhaps you might like to look over them again. Today, for the first time this year, it feels as though summer has arrived. The sky is a brilliant blue. It makes me long to see you again. Yours, Susato.
End of case 1. Dun, Hey, we made it to the end of the first case in the second game. Well, we only had 2 saves so far. Wait, no, we must have had more at the bottom here, right? No. How have we only... Oh, no. Oh, there's way more. Okay, fine. I was just confused. Why was it only 2? But that's because we already scrolled down. We made it to the end of this case. Isn't that amazing? And we are... Wait. Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. Oh, so it's not called the haunted thinging or something. What did he call it? Haunted something. What did I think of this case? Oh, well, lots of twists and turns, weren't they? It was difficult, I think, to figure out here and there. Haunted Lodgings, that's what it was called. Oh, thanks for the first time chat, Frankie. Frankie. I like the way that is spelled. Frankie. No, that was fun. And gave us, even though Barack wasn't there, it gave us a lot of people to hate. You know, Menimemo-san is a prick, and Aochi is also a prick, you know? So, highly recommending Soseki's books, Pocky Pocket. You love Kokoro. Botchan is your fave. Botchan. What, is there another case called Botchan? Or, I wonder, like Poggy Pocket being we learned you are a you have a degree in criminology, wasn't it? So how close are these cases to real crime? Actually, would be good to know. I don't really know. Barack catching strays. That's right. You know, there's other people to hate when Barack is not around. Barack is just deeply upsetting as a human being, isn't he? Or is that just me? I find him quite upsetting. Barack is a character. Deeply troubled. I'm just thinking, should we start the beginnings of episode 2, or should we leave it for today and start on the next stream kind of afresh? Because I still have a little bit of time. But maybe it'd be good to start afresh on a fresh stream. Mark, what does Mark want? Whatever I want. The thing is, if I start on it, then I feel like I'll want to know more, and I want to be like, get into it or something, you know. So next stream of this will be next Sunday. So I'm doing at the moment Wukong on Wednesdays, Ace Attorney, Great Ace Attorney on Sundays. And I have been thinking about like doing some other stuff as well, or another stream. I should have a little bit more time coming up as well. So maybe I can do a little bit more here and there. But I also spent a lot of time editing a little highlight reel of my I can just change why don't I just change this to this for now? On YouTube, I've edited together a highlight reel of one of my battles with an enemy, And it took me a really long time, but it doesn't seem to be getting as much views as some of my other, just the VODs. And I was like, oh my God, I spent so much time on it. I thought it was really funny. But so I might want to do like some other videos as well of on YouTube and just see how that goes. But if you want to check out that video, have a look. I thought it was funny as fuck, you know, but the internet doesn't seem to think so, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works. I'm still figuring it out. A puppet show? You want me to do a puppet show? Just with these two? What songs could they sing? I probably have done that. Or maybe I'll do... So if I just do a little puppet show with these two, and they just sing a song to each other. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the one who walks 5,000 miles to wind up at your door. You want me to make them kiss? It says PDA. They like to do things in private. No public displays of affection. Not when all you are watching. They're shy. They're shy, you know? Anyway. 5,000 miles. Wait, is that not how it's going? I would walk 5. I would walk 5. Is that not how it goes? Did I make Max mess up the... I know, but I said initially 500, but then I thought it turns into 5,000. But maybe I'm wrong. Initially it was like 500, and I would walk 500 just to be the one who walks... Oh yeah, 500 miles to one... Yeah, that makes sense. 5,000... No, I thought it's like... Anyway, in my brain, it changed to 5,000 at a later... I thought it was like emphatic, how would you call that? Like you exaggerating because it's artistic, you know? It's like I would walk even 5,000 miles for you, you know? Oh, thanks for the cheers AIM listens to. And thanks for tuning in, NEJ Live. We'll go to watch Turnabout. What is that? Turnabout, you will... Wait, is that a real thing? Turnabout musical? Is that a real thing? Is there a musical? Wait, and that's going on right now? Oh, you're in it. Wait, what? Wait, hold on a minute. Turnabout musical. That's Turnabout the musical. Oh shit. That's amazing. I didn't know there was an actual... That is so awesome. That sounds really... Act 1. So how many acts are there? Oh, Turnabout. There's a whole channel. Turnabout an Ace Attorney musical. I thought y'all were always joking about that. I didn't know it was a real thing. Wait, but there's a whole channel with 161 videos. So it's a continuous thing? Oh, God. I'm just discovering a whole new thing. I didn't know that... That's really funny. What am I allowed to watch? Am I allowed to bring that up on like? But then, if you're watching something on stream, you have to like react and shit. You can't just watch shit on stream on YouTube, can you? I don't want to get copyright struck or anything like that. But that sounds really fun. I shall check that out. Anyway, I think we're gonna leave it. Oh, don't watch it before you played the first game. That makes sense. It's not TGAA the musical. It's right. If it was The Great Ace Attorney, I don't know why I put the emphasis of T. The G is meant to be emphasized. So yes, no, I got to play the first games first then. But I think I'm gonna leave it for the stream today then, and we're gonna start on case 2 next week on Sunday. So thank you everyone ever so much. Hearts being sent. Look, can we make it look like they're coming out here? Hold on. If I do this, and then... Oh my God, look at that! Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh, wait, if I do like it's coming straight from them. Look at the two. Isn't that so cute? This is I like reactions on Apple and green screen will never stop amazing me. It's all very fascinating technology, isn't it? But thank you ever so much, everyone. I hope you had a good time. And I will stream Wukong on Wednesday. I look forward to who did we beat? We beat Zubagia last time. So we're gonna raid. Yes, we can raid. I always forget about raiding. Who should we raid? Is there someone we should raid? LC, do you got a name? Or is somebody? Wait, let me check. Is sometimes Atelier Khan. I said Atelier Khan earlier, but it's Atelier Kieran actually who gave me the Tsum Tsums. But sometimes they were streaming, but he's not now. Who else we got? I definitely didn't forget to look. Don't worry. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. Is anybody playing Great Ace Attorney? Except for me, obviously. Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Someone's live. Which case is this? Adventure episode 5. That sounds good. Shinobi Kev. We can raid Shinobi Kev. How about that? Wait, are they playing it in English also? Is it going to be a thing again? Like, I'm watching it in Japanese. Which is also fine, by the way. Doesn't matter. We just some chill French and playing grains. He's French, but his chat seems to be English, so that's okay. Raid. Wait, I can't paste in here. That's the problem. Shinobi Kev. Okay. So on that note, I'm gonna check out and then we're gonna raid. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye, peace.